After UCLA's administration declared that the encampment on their campus was illegal, clashes broke out between pro-Palestinian protesters and counter-protesters. It's important to be 100% clear on who and what sparked the violence at UCLA in the first place. According to the New York Times, around 200 pro-Israel counter-protesters stormed the pro-Palestinian encampment and attempted to pull its barricades apart. Video shows them assaulting pro-Palestinian protesters with sticks and more. Los Angeles Times reporters were also on the scene and managed to capture the moment the encampment was violently attacked.
NPC, no place in this world. You're by yourself. Watch behind the
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
Wow, real brave guys jumping one person. While this isn't the case on every campus with demonstrations, dueling protests have been particularly intense at UCLA, where Jewish activists have had a larger presence than at other campus demonstrations. The exact same New York Times report published this unbelievably dishonest excerpt about previous scuffles that occurred at UCLA earlier this week. On Monday night, a fight broke out between two groups of protesters after about 60 pro-Israel demonstrators attempted to enter the pro-Palestinian encampment. It was not immediately clear who was responsible for the violence on Wednesday morning. I don't know, how about the pro-Israel group that insisted on forcibly and violently entering the encampment, which is exactly how things escalated. And look, making matters worse, the UC Divest Coalition at UCLA, which has been organizing pro-Palestinian protests at the university, said that students at the encampment had been attacked by fireworks, tear gas, pepper spray, and more. That's the way that they treated unarmed protesters in this UCLA pro-Palestinian encampment. And by the way, those are some serious allegations. So far, we have only heard about how unsafe Jewish students feel. So these claims about the angelic pro-Israel protesters can't be real, right? It's only pro-Palestinian protesters who pose a danger or a threat. Well, I'm sad to report that these accusations are true based on video evidence that's gone viral. I want to cue that video up again, just for emphasis, okay? Especially the second clip in what we're about to show you. Imagine the pro-Palestinian protesters doing that and what the reaction would be. Take this in. These are the pro-Israel counter-protesters throwing fireworks into the pro-Palestinian encampment. Let's watch. I want to reiterate, we've been endlessly hearing about how unsafe Jewish students feel on college campuses across the country over signs, over slogans, over statements. And look, I get it. They feel their identity is under attack. I also concede that there are a few examples of protesters saying terrible, hateful, and inflammatory things, which should be condemned in the strongest sense. But at UCLA, we have clear evidence of counter-protesters violently attacking the encampment with fireworks and chemical agents. But the New York Times is somehow confused about how the violence started. One would have to work real hard to pretend like the media bias against the pro-Palestinian protesters isn't a problem here. It's a huge problem. While the students throwing fireworks, well, actually, let me ask, will the students throwing the fireworks face any criminal charges? Is anyone concerned about that? How about the ones beating pro-Palestinian protesters at UCLA with sticks? Or is punishment simply reserved for demonstrators who offend Israel's prime minister? You know, Netanyahu, the same guy who propped up Hamas, the terrorist group that he's now using as an excuse to carry out a brutal war that has killed far more civilians in Gaza than actual militants.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members, because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a Young Turk.